Hi everyone, in this video we'll be doing some animations using gradient color. So here is a preview of what we'll be doing, and as you can see that there is a shifting of color in the background from purple to yellow, and we'll be doing the transition of hover also. So here's the preview, and let's get started with our project. So let's create a simple index.html file using a boilerplate from VS Code. Let's add a title. Uh, let's start with our content, the main content of our HTML file, and so we're using table element with a class. So we'll be giving a heading, and the text will be like animating gradient. Let's also create our CSS file. To preview this, starting our live server from VS Code extension. Okay, so first use let's first set the content to center. So we'll be using some flex properties on our body. So just type it flex, then make use justify content and use center to center our alignment. And we centered our content using flex property. So let's first start with our con white background. Adding of 3 red. I'm using background color aqua for just for temporary purpose so that we can see our content where it is. Okay, so content is pretty much done, I guess, and can also use box shadow for decorating purpose. Let's say M and RGBA for 0, 0, 0, so it will be black, and an alpha of 0.15. So there will be a little a little bit of shadow in the background. Yeah, let's add in some more CSS for our body. So we'll be using a font size of 1.2, right? And then a line height of light dark. Good. So yeah, let's give a class for our text h1 heading. Suppose title. Style our heading first. We want a pretty much bold text, so it will be visible and a little bit easier to style. Now let's declare our gradient color. So we'll be using CSS variables for it. That is how we declare our CSS variables, which we're using two hyphens and then a variable name. We'll be using gradient, so let's add a linear gradient property. So for a gradient, we can add a bunch of colors for transition purposes. Minimum two is required, so there will be a combination of two colors, but we can also add. Now since we have added our gradient variable, let's use it in our background of our body. So to do animations on our background, we have to actually set our background image, not background color. Here's how we can use CSS variables. We have to use the var keyword and two parentheses. That parenthesis, just use the variable like this, and have our linear background, linear gradient background. Let's add some animations on our background. So name would be, let's say, PG animation. So at starting, we want background position to be at left, and 100%, will be changing our position to right. Use it. PG animation. Say 20 second, and won't do anything to our background. To apply our animation, we have to increase the size of the image to uh, to more than 100%. It is by default it is 100%, so we'll be increasing it to a 300%. So here's the preview. We have increased the size of background image to 300%, and as you can see, the background is animating from a purple color to the last color in our gradient, so from here to here. And since we have given it a 45 degrees, so it will be set on a angle of 45 degree. And there is one problem though, so let's decrease our time duration. So let's increase problem in this. So, so by decreasing it to 5 seconds, the animation duration, you'll see. So animation is going on right now, and so refresh it. Okay. So you'll see a snap of color, like from yellow to purple. To For this, we have a solution, like if you do an infinite, it causes the animation to repeat. Be repeating like after each 5 second, it will repeat the animation, and the snapping still happens. So for that, we'll be using the property called alternate. So it will be not snapping like that, but instead it will go from left to right, and then again left to right to left. Let's make it a will be kind of a smooth animation. Now for our second part, we'll be using hover animation, and let's bring in some content to it. So we'll be using a button, and let's say it says hover me, and let's give it a class. So here is a basic button. So we can of that button by using some CSS. So let's say so we don't want any border, and we need a padding and 1.5 m font size. So let's add in our gradient background. We'll be using var, and again we'll be increasing our background size. uh, it zooms into a particular color. Most you can also add right, so like it will be going to the yellowish side. And let's add a hover animation. This should change its background to purple to yellow, and for that we'll be using background position property from left over. It goes something like this, but since it's not smooth, we'll be using transition property of CSS. And let's say we'll need a delay of 1 second. There you go. And we can also change the color as well, so like when we hover on the button, we are done with our background animations and hover animations. And next we'll see how we can add a background color, a gradient color to our text. So for that, so we'll again using the background image. By simply using background image, it will change the background of the text, but to apply it on the text itself, we will have to use the background clips the background to the text. So we have to use make the background too transparent and make the color too transparent, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, you can see it's not working, but there is another uh, property like webkit background. Setting it to text. So it's basically some browser uses background clip property, some browsers uses WebKit background clip property. So it's for using this clip property, you have to set both the background clip. Either works. So like if I comment this out, this still works because I'm using an Edge browser, and this browser uses this WebKit. So today we learned more about animations and all, and how we use our CSS variables. So using CSS variable, it eases out the work. Like we don't have to write every time this gradient property, and we can use directly var keyword. And we've also seen how we can change the uh, text like color text using background image. So that's all for today. See you next time.